Lee Marvin was born on February 19, 1924 in New York City, into a family where military service and discipline were deeply ingrained. His father was a World War I veteran, and his brother would later serve as well, creating an environment where toughness, order, and responsibility were valued from an early age. Yet Marvin was never an easy fit for structured expectations. Growing up, he attended schools in Florida and New Jersey, but struggled to conform to traditional academic life, often clashing with authority and finding himself restless and unfocused. That early tension between discipline and rebellion would later define both his personality and his screen presence. Friends and teachers remembered him as intense, stubborn, and fiercely independent. Even before Hollywood entered his life, Marvin carried a raw energy that resisted polish. It was the foundation of the rugged masculinity audiences would later come to recognize instantly. War, wounds, and a lasting sense of reality. Marvin's life changed irrevocably when World War II erupted. At just 18, he enlisted in the United States Marine Corps and was assigned to the 4th Marine Division, serving in the brutal Pacific Theater. In 1944, during the Battle of Saipan, Marvin was severely wounded by machine gun fire, suffering injuries that damaged his sciatic nerve and left lasting physical scars. He spent more than a year recovering in a naval hospital and was awarded the Purple Heart for his service. These experiences left a profound emotional imprint, shaping his worldview and grounding him in realities far removed from Hollywood glamour. Unlike many actors who portrayed soldiers through imagination alone, Marvin carried first-hand knowledge of fear, loss, and endurance. That authenticity became one of his greatest strengths as a performer. Audiences sensed it instinctively. His toughness was not a pose, it was lived experience. Ballou used an accidental path toward acting. After returning from the war, Marvin struggled to find direction, drifting through a series of odd jobs as he adjusted to civilian life. Fate intervened when he found work as a plumber's assistant at a community theater. When an actor fell ill during a production, Marvin was asked to step into a small role. The experience ignited something unexpected. Encouraged by mentors who recognized his raw presence, he began studying acting seriously in New York, training with the American Theater Wing. Marvin did not fit the traditional Hollywood mold. He was tall, rugged, and carried a natural intensity that could not be softened. Yet those very qualities made him compelling. Stage work led to film and television opportunities, and soon he was cast in roles that leaned into his strength and edge. Acting became not just a career, but a channel for everything he carried inside. Becoming Hollywood's most reliable tough guy. Marvin's early Hollywood career was defined by supporting roles as villains, soldiers, and hardened men, particularly in westerns and war films. Throughout the 1950s, he became one of the industry's most dependable character actors, bringing menace and credibility to every performance. Films like The Big Heat and Bad Day at Black Rock showcased his ability to elevate tension with minimal dialogue. Directors valued his professionalism and presence, even as he resisted studio polish. Marvin did not charm audiences, he confronted them. That honesty made him unforgettable. By the end of the decade, he had carved out a niche as the kind of actor who could dominate a scene without seeking sympathy. He wasn't chasing stardom, he was earning respect. Slowly but steadily, Hollywood began to recognize that Marvin was more than a supporting heavy. He was a force waiting to lead. From villain to leading man, the 1960s marked a turning point as Marvin transitioned from character roles to major stardom. His portrayal of Liberty Valance in The Man Who Shot Liberty Valance delivered one of cinema's most chilling antagonists, standing confidently opposite legends like John Wayne and James Stewart. Yet Marvin surprised audiences by revealing unexpected versatility in Ballou, where he played dual roles with humor and emotional nuance. His performance earned him the Academy Award for Best Actor, solidifying his place among Hollywood's elite. Success followed quickly. The Dirty Dozen became a massive hit, and Marvin's commanding presence as Major John Reisman influenced generations of war and action films. He continued pushing boundaries with Point Blank and even defied expectations by singing in Paint Your Wagon. Marvin never allowed himself to be boxed in, even when success tempted comfort. A private man in a public industry, despite fame, Marvin resisted Hollywood's social machinery. He disliked celebrity culture and preferred solitude, often retreating to Arizona or Baja California, where fishing and outdoor life offered peace. He was candid about his struggles with alcohol, acknowledging how it complicated relationships and work at times. Yet colleagues often noted his professionalism on set and his respect for craft. Marvin valued honesty over diplomacy and had little patience for ego-driven behavior, including his own. As the industry changed, he continued taking roles that suited his age and gravitas, appearing in films like Emperor of the North, Gorky Park, and The Delta Force. Even as younger action stars emerged, Marvin's presence remained distinct. He represented a different era of masculinity, shaped by war, discipline, and experience rather than image. Aging did not soften him, but it deepened his authority on screen. Family, marriage, and human complexity. Marvin's personal life reflected the same intensity seen in his performances. He married Betty Ebling in 1952, and together they raised 4 children. Though publicly known as a hardened screen figure, Marvin's family revealed a quieter side, one marked by responsibility and affection. However, the pressures of Hollywood, combined with personal struggles, strained the marriage, leading to divorce in 1967. Betty later shared her perspective in a memoir, offering insight into the complexities of life beside a rising star. After subsequent personal turbulence, Marvin found lasting stability when he reunited with Pamela Feely, his childhood sweetheart. They married in 1970, and their bond endured until his death. Pamela later honored their relationship through her memoir, presenting Marvin not as a myth, but as a deeply human man capable of vulnerability, loyalty, and reflection beyond his public persona. Professional tensions and strong opinions. Lee Marvin was known for speaking plainly, and over the years, he openly acknowledged that he did not always connect easily with fellow performers. Rather than framing these differences as hatred, Marvin viewed them as clashes of philosophy, temperament, and approach to the craft. As a combat veteran, he valued discipline, preparedness, and authenticity, and he sometimes struggled with colleagues whose styles or reputations conflicted with those values. He believed acting should come from lived truth rather than image management. These opinions occasionally generated tension, but they also reflected Marvin's refusal to compromise his standards. He did not pretend harmony where none existed. Yet even those who disagreed with him recognized his integrity. Marvin never sought approval, only honesty. His bluntness revealed as much about his own rigid expectations as it did about the competitive, ego-driven environment of classic Hollywood. Their final years, farewell, an enduring legacy. By the mid-1980s, Marvin's health had declined due to years of heavy smoking and drinking. In late 1986, he was hospitalized with severe respiratory complications and underwent major surgery. On August 29, 1987, Lee Marvin died of a heart attack at the age of 63. He was laid to rest with full military honors at Arlington National Cemetery, a fitting tribute to a man whose life was shaped as much by service as by cinema. Marvin left behind an indelible legacy defined by authenticity, fearlessness, and truth. He never chased likability, only honesty. His performances continue to resonate because they feel real, grounded in lived experience rather than illusion. Remembered as a warrior, artist, and uncompromising individual, Lee Marvin remains a symbol of an era when toughness was earned, not manufactured.